A severe weather alert at this hour. Strong storms bearing down on Metro Detroit. You're taking a look at live pictures along I-75 near Royal Oak. Clouds starting to clear up in some areas, but round two could soon be on the way. Glad you're with us here today at 5. A severe thunderstorm watch is in effect for almost all of Metro Detroit right now.
This is after we saw heavy rain this morning and a first line of storms earlier this afternoon. Let's
take a look from our Mount Clemens sky cam. We've got it all covered for you at this hour. Brandon Rue in the Weather Center with his eyes on the radar looking for trouble spots. But we'll start things off here at 5 with Ben.
Yeah, Devin, we're getting full sunshine in parts of the area, especially in our west zone, but don't let your guard down. Severe thunderstorm watch still in effect until 8 p.m. tonight. This is for most of southeast Michigan, Livingston, Oakland, Macomb County, and Point South. Everything here in the pink shade. Not too long, just for the next 3 hours, but we've still got a little bit to go. And you can see as most of these thunderstorms are starting to clear the area, they dropped a heck of a lot of rainfall. All of these little green bullseyes, those are estimates of over an inch of rain, and in some cases, well more than that, maybe as much close to 2 inches there, close to Dearborn, about 1.5 inches on the west side of Detroit. And you can see a lot more of that. Plus, we've got another round that is poised to move through. Our Brandon Rue is tracking that in the Weather Center. And as we said, can't let our guard down, Brandon.
Absolutely. A couple of hours yet still to go that we're watching very closely. And moments ago, Ben and I were checking out the placement of the warm front that still needs to pass through most of the area. And it's got an unusual sort of north to south line, and most of the warm air still down to the south and west. Once that pushes in, could be the trigger for some of the strongest storms in pure Michigan on the day. So we'll be tracking the warm front and the cold front, which brings a close to it all, Ben, coming up.
Yep, not a slam dunk either way. There's still some critical things we need to talk about, and we'll do that here coming up in a few minutes. Biggest impacts are going to be from straight line winds if these storms turn severe. Can't say that the tornado threat is zero, although it is lower than what we were looking at earlier. We will discuss those critical points in the forecast when Brandon and I see you again in a few minutes, guys.
Okay, Ben, some breaking news to tell you tonight out of Paris, and that's where 3 officers were shot in the area around the Champs-Élysées, one of the city's biggest tourist attractions. One of those officers has died. Paris police say the attacker came out of a car and started shooting at a police van using an automatic weapon. Police returned fire and killed that gunman. The French government says it appears the attacker acted alone. Right now, Paris police have the area sealed off. Well, for the second time in less than 24 hours, Macomb County Clerk Karen Spranger is back in the headlines.
Yesterday, we reported the Macomb County Ethics Board ruled Spranger was in violation of the county's IT ethics policy. Check out what happened just a few hours later. She wrecked her county-owned car when police say she rear-ended an SUV at an intersection in Roseville. Jason Colthorpe live tonight, and we should start, I guess, with the news that the clerk is okay, right, Jason?
She is okay, Devin. She was actually back at work here at the clerk's office today, but she was at fault in that accident. And I spoke to the county today, and it finds, number one, everyone's glad that Karen Spranger is okay. But number two, it's unfortunate she's had these mounting problems one after another, but now the county is starting to worry about mounting legal costs to the county and i.e. the taxpayers. Macomb County Clerk Karen Spranger's county-owned Ford Focus now looks like this. Roseville police say Spranger was approaching a red light on 12 Mile at Groesbeck when her foot slipped off the brake and hit the gas, rear-ending the car in front of her. She was ticketed for failing to stop and having no proof of insurance. It's the latest setback for the embattled new clerk.
I would call it bad luck.
Bad luck, including being stripped of her computer privileges for allowing non-county personnel to access her computer, firing her 2 deputies only to have them immediately sue the county, and then yesterday's punishment from the Ethics Committee.
I knew when I came into office there was going to be struggles and difficulties because when I did my 6 years participating into local government, sometimes I call it the system is broken. And I always used the phrase, let's fix it.
Many wonder what needed fixing, though, considering the last clerk administration won numerous awards for efficiency.
We have to get back to common sense and go back to some of the public acts that gives you jurisdiction and control to run your office.
Despite the constant controversies, Spranger is confident she can get the job done even if her bad luck isn't over.
If things don't turn around or if you feel overwhelmed, is there a chance you would ever consider resigning from this?
No, because it's not to that level.
But could that change? A source in the executive's office tells me the county's concerned this accident could open the county up to a lawsuit from that other driver, a 60-year-old woman who is okay also. And if you're scoring at home, that would be this one, plus 2 federal whistleblower lawsuits already filed, and a potential 4th lawsuit that Spranger is considering filing against the Board of Commissioners. 4 lawsuits in less than 4 months on the job. We're in Mount Clemens tonight. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Well, Jason, back to the original portion of this. Was it reported right away?
It actually wasn't technically, Devin. People at the county just happened to hear about it. So they called over the clerk's office to find out, exactly what happened. And as I'm told, as protocol goes, she needs to write up an account of what happened and submit it to the county. And sources tell me it's still on her desk here in the clerk's office.
Oh, yeah. All right, Jason. Kim?
Well, we often hear stories about wrong-way drivers, but we rarely get to see one. But that will change. Tonight, Local 4 has the video of this dangerous situation along Woodward in Birmingham, where it took 2 officers to end this situation. Let's get to Rod Maloney live. Rod, that driver actually hit one of the patrol cars.
Yes, in fact, it was a glancing blow, but a blow nonetheless that brought charges in it. Now, this is where it happened. We're at like 14 Mile and Woodward Avenue, which looks dramatically different than it did at the time of that accident. And that's perhaps part of the problem, because this wrong-way driver couldn't figure out which way he needed to go. It's midnight on Woodward Avenue on March 11th, just north of 15 Mile. A Birmingham police officer gets the call of a wrong-way driver, and while searching for a few minutes, finds him just north of 14 Mile, driving northbound in the southbound lanes. The officer, trying to slow the driver down, edges toward him, and with the lights and siren activated, they lightly collide. And though you don't see it, the police SUV's side mirror is knocked off the vehicle in the collision. The officer immediately does a 180 and gives chase. The truck driver keeps going north in the southbound turning lane and then notices a second Birmingham officer blocking his path, and he stops. Not knowing what they have,
turn off the car!
The officers cautiously approach the truck. After a short conversation, the driver gingerly gets out and is taken into custody. The alleged wrong-way driver is identified as 29-year-old Jason Andrew Prine of Lake Orion. He's charged with driving a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol content of 0.17 or more, which is a misdemeanor, and driving the wrong way on a one-way with an accident resulting. Prine bonded out, and while there was no apparent damage to his truck, the Birmingham police cruiser needed repairs, but it's back on the streets tonight. Now, clearly this could have been much, much worse than it was, but it doesn't appear that he was driving on the wrong side of the road too terribly far, because he found the officer just north of the Speedway station up here, just behind him. Back to you.
Pretty amazing video there, Rod. So what comes next in this case?
He'll be in court on the 26th of April for his hearing. It's a misdemeanor, and so we'll have to see what it is that the judge decides and what possible penalties he might face.
Yeah. All right, we'll see how it turns out. Rod, thank you. In more news, a third man has been charged in connection with the Greektown brawl from over the weekend.
23-year-old Eddie Curry of Inkster is charged with unarmed robbery, assault with intent to murder, assault with intent to do bodily harm, and felonious assault. Curry joins 3 other men already arrested for their roles in the fight. Now, meanwhile, police are still searching for 4 other men from Inkster, one in connection with the brawl. 19-year-old Darnell Shaw, 20-year-old Myron Larkins, 21-year-old Rashawn Yarbrough, and 24-year-old Tyrone Larkins. If you know anything about where these men might be, you're asked to contact Detroit police. On the run for more than a month, but tonight the Tennessee teacher accused of kidnapping his 15-year-old student is in police custody.
Karen Drew joins us with more on this massive manhunt that's finally come to an end now.
Oh, it has come to an end, and she is okay, and that is the good news. Tad Cummins disappeared with 15-year-old Elizabeth Thomas back on March 13th in rural Tennessee. Well, today, the pair was found more than 2,000 miles away, living in a commune in Northern California. 2 days after the 15-year-old girl went missing, surveillance video from a Walmart in Oklahoma City captured her with her 50-year-old former high school teacher right there on the screen. That's right. The former high school teacher Cummins was currently being investigated by the school for kissing her in a classroom when the two disappeared. Court papers filed said she told investigators she was afraid of Cummins and thought she would face repercussions at school if she resisted him. Investigators say a tip led them to finding the pair, who were in a remote and isolated part of California with limited cell phone signal.
We mobilized a nation during this 6 weeks. We mobilized a nation. And when you do that, something good most likely is going to happen, because you can't hide from that many millions of people.
Prosecutors also say since the pair was found out of state, Cummins is likely to also face federal charges. Devin, Kimberly, will send it back to you.
All right, Karen. A staple of Detroit sports radio suddenly calls it quits.
New tonight, why Terry Foster says he's walking away from his radio gig effective immediately. Nick?
The city of Detroit is prepared to cut off 18,000 people from their water supply. They don't want to do it, but they say they will if people aren't current with their bills. But the director here at DWSD says there's an easy way to do that.
It's costly, it's an interruption for our customers. We're trying to grow our base, not trying to shrink it.
The easy options and the brand new way that you can pay your bill at many locations across Detroit.
This is Bonita, and Bonita, as you can see, is back.
I was really happy. I'm really grateful for everybody. And to all my parents, me, my sister, my other dog, just happy.
So what really happened here with Bonita and a local rescue? We'll have the answer coming up.
The last of our afternoon thunderstorms, still dumping a lot of rain on our east side locations, but here we go again. Another line of thunderstorms just back to the west. Our team coverage of tonight's severe weather threat continues next.
EB New at 6.
He didn't think it was fair, and neither did a lot of people around the world. New at 6, a decision is made about the ticket a Roseville man got for heating up his car in his driveway.
Also, General Motors feeling the impact of political turbulence overseas. What the automaker is saying after one of its plants was taken over and shut down.
A happy ending tonight to a bizarre dispute over a rescue dog.
Yesterday, we told you about Bonita. She ran away after last month's windstorm. Then after weeks of searching, her family was elated that the dog had been found by a local rescue organization.
And that's where things got interesting. That rescue organization initially refused to give the dog back, but that changed once we got involved.
We bring in Sean Lay this afternoon. Sean, the dog is back home, but the story's not over.
Things are still interesting with this case now going into really its 6th week. Here's the deal. This case really burning up our Local 4 Facebook page. Our viewers urging us to help this woman in Southwest Detroit get her dog back from a rescue. That happened. We'll show you the reunion. At the same time, we're now hearing from the rescue about why they wouldn't give the dog back initially.
She jumped on me and I was like, oh, I didn't even have to look at her for her to know, for me to know that it was her, because she jumped on me.
Sure, it's a happy ending. Yesenia Garcia got her dog Bonita back from a rescue that she says was holding her since early March and apparently refused to give her back. Here's a photo of the happy reunion Wednesday night after Local 4 reported on the issue.
I was really happy. I'm really grateful for everybody.
After our report, Yesenia got angry phone calls. She won't say who was calling, but when those calls stopped, Bonita was then returned to her by Home Forever Rescue from Southwest Detroit. But there are problems. Bonita was spayed without Yesenia's permission. Yesenia says she was lied to, saying she was told the rescue adopted out the dog to a family in a 7,000 square foot house. There are no vet papers and her dog appears anxious.
I just hope that they don't do this to another family.
Home Forever in Detroit is a dog rescue run out of these houses. They say is a nonprofit that has helped 6,500 dogs. Volunteers for the rescue are telling the rescue side, saying Bonita had no collar, no chip, and they received threats delaying the reunion, saying, quote, Home Forever took the dog off the street before someone else with bad intentions could have used the dog as a bait dog. Social media threats got in the way of this return.
All right, back here live. I can tell you there are hard feelings on both sides of this case. Bottom line, though, Bonita is back at home. Yesenia says she's going to take her dog to the vet to get checked out. The rescue is saying chip your dog, and a lot of this drama can be avoided. Back to you.
Terribly important advice, but surprisingly not as simple as one might think. Yeah. All right, Sean. A very familiar face and voice in Detroit sports is calling it a career.
Longtime Detroit sports writer and radio host Terry Foster announced his retirement from 97.1 The Ticket today. Foster, both a Cass Tech and Central Michigan University grad, was a longtime writer for the Detroit News before leaving the newspaper in 2015. He also co-hosted the popular Valenti and Foster show for 13 years. Foster rejoined the program in January. You might remember he had taken a medical leave after he suffered a stroke. He now plans to refocus his time on his health and his family. And we wish him well.
We wish him all the best. He's terrific, and I understand it was a pretty emotional afternoon for Mike Valenti on the air after that was announced.
End of an era.
We wish,
It really is.
we wish them both all the best. Well, Nick, check out this from our Windsor Skycam. Rain on the lens and clouds still rolling through, but you can see a peek of the sun.
You can see it
somewhere in there.
I was going to say where?
That one building, right in the one building, just the reflection of the building.
Yeah, we're seeing sun in about half of the area right now, but this is not the end of it. We've got another round to go, so let's get right to it. The severe risk, as we told you at 4, has been downgraded from a marginal risk to a slight risk, and that sounds pretty low, but it's really category 2 of 5 if you think of it that way. This is all the yellow that's shaded here across the area, and this is going to last until the early evening hours before we're finally in the clear. So here's what 4 Live radar looks like right now. The last of those showers starting to clear the east side. Still some good downpours here from Sandusky through the north side of Macomb County. The lightning strikes are pretty much all on the other side of the border right now. So beyond that, once the rain clears your area, it looks like the clouds are pretty much parting very quickly. And back to the west, though, there is a line of thunderstorms that's starting to get its act together. We did have one warning along this line earlier. We do not any longer, although it is starting to electrify. You see those lightning strikes popping up along that line. And as it gets a little bit further to the east, it's going to run into some more conducive atmosphere where these storms could get a little bit stronger. In fact, as we look out right now at Metro Airport, a little bit tough to see, but they've obviously had some problems. All those planes stacked up ready to go out, and they're going to try to get it out within this little gap before this next line of thunderstorms comes in. This has been a very complicated forecast. Our Brandon Rue and I have been looking at some of this data, and Brandon, it does look like parts of the area could be seeing even stronger storms as we get in the next couple hours.
Part of the problem is that sun you guys are talking about, not necessarily a good thing. It's going to heat things up, bubble up the atmosphere a little bit. A couple of reports from our Matt Triplett at the assignment desk. Some penny-size hail out in Washtenaw County. Wayne, the city of Wayne and Wayne County, dime-size hail. And one of our weather spotters, Calvin, saw lightning hit a house near 8 Mile and Ryan. Let's show you the temperatures and the warm front that could be the spark for some more showers and storms. I think if not for the rain-cooled air, more of us would be seeing these 70s like we're seeing in Adrian. But that warm front is trying to move in here. We currently see winds out of the south across most of the area, but this warm front, as it comes toward downtown Detroit, takes more of a north-south position. So we're not seeing that straight up lift of the warm air. The winds off of the big lakes to the east, keeping that warm air at bay. And there's the warm front and the cold front. So Ben, it's behind the warm front and ahead of the cold front. The X marks the spot. That just shows we are not out of the woods yet. Still a couple of rounds possible over the next couple of hours.
Yeah, that warm sector, that's where you can start to feel the humidity down there. If you're in Lenawee County and Washtenaw County, you're probably feeling it with dew points in the mid-60s right now. This is the forecast map tonight, and it does have a pretty good handle on the development of this second line of thunderstorms. We're probably going to see the worst it's got around 7, 8 o'clock, but beyond that, we're in the clear. Closer to about 9, we'll pretty much call off the dogs as far as our severe weather threat goes, and then we're going to be dry from there through the start of next week. Get some sunshine in here, but we are going to lose these warmer temperatures, and things are going to be much cooler as we settle into the upcoming weekend. So right now our low temperature tonight is dropping down to 46, and again those storms ending by sunset and will be dry overnight. 55 is all we get tomorrow. There will be a little bit of a southwest wind of 15 to 25, keeping things on the breezy side, but it's going to be a while before the 70s come back. Wednesday of next week is likely when we'll see it. At least we'll get some sunshine and dry conditions, which I think people will take.
Yeah.
After where we've been. Yep. All right, Ben.
All right, well, now we know exactly how it all happened. Ahead here at 5, newly released body cam video showing an FBI agent shooting at a Grand Rapids police officer.
But first, a deadly hit-and-run crash along I-94. What police believe the driver who took off was doing right before the crash. Next.
Michigan State Police are investigating a deadly hit-and-run accident along I-94 in Detroit. The silver Ford Escape slowed down for traffic on westbound I-94 near Linwood when it was struck by a Dodge Caravan. A 63-year-old man from Inkster in the Escape was killed. The driver in the Dodge Caravan did not stop. It's unclear if that person is in custody. Police also believe distracted driving caused this crash. DDOT is unveiling the final phase of its plan to improve and expand service for passengers.
Changes include a new route. Number 42 is going to offer stops in Highland Park, the North End, New Center, and Midtown. 9 other routes are also going to see service improvements, including Route 49, Verner, which will extend to Michigan and Schaefer in Dearborn. These are changes that take effect this weekend.
New at 5:30.
Right now, you are inside the library at our adopted school, Thurgood Marshall, but this room getting a major makeover, and we're getting some help from a Detroit sports star.
The president, closing in on his first 100 days in office, is facing a series of foreign policy tests.
I'm Nick Monticelli. 18,000 residents in the city of Detroit could have their water shut off because of delinquent bills, but the city says you can easily avoid that. I'll tell you how.
It's dinner time.
We are still under a severe thunderstorm watch for most of the area until 8 o'clock tonight. And even though a lot of us are starting to dry out from that first afternoon round of storms, we are not done yet. In fact, a lot of the area is seeing not only dry conditions, but the clouds are starting to break too. Sunshine here from Howell back to Adrian and over towards Jackson. And you know, if you've lived here long enough, sunshine in a severe weather situation like this is not good. That is resetting the atmosphere and sort of resetting the instability as this next line of thunderstorms is headed in our direction. Right now, as we look at the city of Detroit, there's not much to look at as all that rain has cleared the city. But the leading edge of this second round of thunderstorms is just now starting to move into Flint. You can start to see those lightning strikes popping up there as well. Our team coverage continues now. Our Brandon Rue's been in the Weather Center watching this as well. And Brandon, looks like things could get worse before they get better.
Because of the heat, the warm front pushing through, cold front is still out to the west, so the ingredients are there, absolutely. And Ben, we're keeping track of some of the severe storm reports, and really all we've seen all day in the entire state over in Calhoun County with 1-inch sized hail. We've seen some smaller hail here. Flooding rains seem to be the biggest problem thus far, but another couple of hours as we continue to warm up where things will be tricky. I'll be here tracking some of that from the weather office coming up.
Yeah, we'll be back with you in a few minutes. And yeah, that first round of storms did drop over an inch of rain, and in some cases almost 2 inches of rain as it rolled through. We'll have the latest on this coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you guys. Our other top story at 5:30, nearly 18,000 Detroit residents could have their water shut off because of delinquent payments. It is an old problem that seems to have returned in a really big way.
Detroit Water and Sewage Department started shutting off water yesterday to those who haven't tried to get current on their bills. But as Nick Monticelli reports, it's happening even with a number of options for people to keep their water running.
Well, here's the bottom line. The city does not want to shut people's water off, but 2 years ago in 2015, they started this program because they just couldn't stay afloat anymore. They had to start recouping some of this money. However, you can easily avoid a shutoff by either paying your bill or joining the assistance program. In the city of Detroit, April promises to bring at least 3 things: nicer weather, tax deadlines, and water shutoffs. Yesterday, the city began the process of shutting off water for nearly 18,000 residents whose water bills are delinquent. The city, though, would rather keep the water on.
We want to give our customers every opportunity that we can not to have an interruption in service. And just in 1 year, we've made so much progress in that regard.
And if the lack of lines in the payment office are any indication, things are better this year around. And even with that large number of potential shutoffs, 18,000, Director Gary Brown says it is better than last year.
And last year this time we were at 44,000, and 18,000 people will not be shut off for sure. That's just the pool of customers that hit the eligibility point.
The 2 options to keep water on are simple. Either pay the bill online, on the phone, or with these new kiosks, which are at DTE and Rite Aid locations, or you can join the Water Residential Assistance Program, or WRAP. It helps residents who are at or below 150% of poverty level. For a family of 4, that means earning about $36,450 annually. Then the program will cover a third of the average monthly bill. And the social workers on the phone can do so much more too.
But they'll try to find money for your prescriptions, for your heat, for your gas, for other utilities, so that there are more dollars available for food and the other essentials of life.
In Detroit, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
And an important number here for you to get help with your water bill. You can call RAP at 1-313-386-9727, 386-9727.
20 years after her daughter's death, a local mother is still looking for answers. 33-year-old Lisa Gauss was found murdered in October of 1997 under a bridge on 12th Street, just north of I-94. Police believe she was assaulted at a different location before her body was ultimately dumped there. Gauss's mother says she wants justice for her daughter.
But the time is now. We need to know. Someone knows, and I know someone knows. So we would just ask that someone would just speak up, come forward.
A reward of $2,500 is being offered for information leading to an arrest. You can anonymously report a tip by calling 1-800-SPEAK-UP.
Entering the home stretch on his first 100 days in office, President Trump is focused on foreign policy today, hosting the Prime Minister of Italy at the White House while juggling shifting relations with Iran, North Korea, Russia, and China. Blaine Alexander has more from Washington. Blaine?
Well, Devin, on day 91, the president has got quite a full plate today, taking questions from the press. Today, more foreign focus for President Trump, hosting the Italian Prime Minister at the White House. The president starting the day on a different foreign front, ordering an investigation into foreign-made steel and its possible effect on national security, notably not pointing the finger at China.
This has nothing to do with China. This has to do with worldwide.
The president is relying on China to help check North Korea. Today, the White House facing more questions over a naval strike group reported to be headed to North Korea last week when it was nowhere close.
It's like saying that a ship off the coast of San Diego was headed to New York.
This as the president looks to take a tougher stance on Iran.
Iran spends its treasure and time disrupting peace.
Rethinking and possibly throwing out the Obama-era Iran nuclear deal that even proponents admit isn't perfect.
But even if they're that bad, we'd rather have them be bad without nukes than with nukes.
Meanwhile, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, once declared a friend of Russia, has recused himself from deciding on a request by his former company, ExxonMobil, to drill in Russia, an ask made under the Obama administration, but now before the Trump White House. Also announced today, President Trump will travel to the Philippines later this year. Now that's raising some eyebrows. You'll remember that nation's controversial leader is the same one who famously cursed President Obama. In Washington, Blaine Alexander, Local 4.
All right, Blaine, and we'll move to the other end of Pennsylvania Avenue from where you are. You can no longer walk on the sidewalk on the south side of the White House. That sidewalk has been closed overnight. Actually, it's been closed during the evenings going back to 2015, but it's now permanently off limits to the public. Same restrictions in place along the White House north side. Secret Service says the new measures will lessen the chances of intruders on White House grounds, and that comes after several incidents over the last couple of years, the most recent being just last month. We'll stay with the White House. President Trump welcomed some familiar guests to the White House this week, familiar to us.
Yes, last night, Detroit's own Kid Rock and Ted Nugent visited with the president. They were joined by Sarah Palin, who invited the Detroit Rockers. All three supported the president during the election. When someone asked Palin why she invited Kid Rock and Ted Nugent to join her, the former Alaska governor joked because Jesus was booked.
Is the end of an era at SeaWorld.
Yes, the last killer whale calf made was born at the theme park in San Antonio on Wednesday. 25-year-old mom Takara and her newborn are already bonding. Takara was pregnant before SeaWorld said last year that it would end its orca breeding program. The orca calf will be named in the coming weeks once its sex is determined.
Last one. Wow. Well, across Michigan tonight, we've got stories from Escanaba in the UP and also the capital in Lansing.
But let's start in Grand Rapids tonight. That's where new video just released shows exactly what went down when an FBI agent fired shots at a police cruiser. The shooting happened back in December when former FBI agent Ruben Hernandez shot at Grand Rapids police. Police say Hernandez had just left a restaurant with his partner when he stormed into a Planet Fitness with a semi-automatic gun before firing shots at police outside. Today, Hernandez was sentenced to 135 days in jail.
In Lansing, the Michigan Senate has voted to repeal a ban on switchblades. The Senate voted 36-1 today to repeal a ban on selling or possessing a knife with blades that can be opened with a button. The violation is listed as a misdemeanor, punishable by up to a year in jail. Now the legislation will go to the House for consideration. If it passes, it would go to Governor Snyder to be signed into law. Well, the first Meijer stores are getting ready to open in the UP.
Can you imagine how excited they are? Yeah, Meijer's confirmed May 18th will be the opening date for the first ever Meijer stores in the Upper Peninsula. The openings will happen at 2 separate locations, with stores opening in both Escanaba and Sault Ste. Marie. While the stores won't open for another month, the gas stations at each location open today, and I'm sure the lines were long.
Or do the Yoopers feel like it's the encroachment of the trolls from the other side of the
But when
bridge?
you do get a good package of crackers on sale, sometimes you're happy,
Not bad,
right?
yeah.
I don't know.
Cats may have 9 lives, but it's safe to say a dog in Florida seems to as well.
New tonight, what happened to this little guy that even his vets surprised he survived?
And more than half of Americans are losing sleep over this one thing. New tonight, we'll tell you what it is and the easy way to address it. Hank?
Imagine if this was the library at your kid's school. Unfortunately, it's the reality for some children in Detroit, but now help me, Hank, coming to the rescue.
Rocket! New at 6.
Someone's really got it in for Jackson Browne. New at 6, the bizarre threat against the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer ahead of his local concert tonight.
Also, the new study that might make you think twice about sugary drinks, why the consequences might go beyond your waistline.
A big new project is now getting underway at our Help Me Hank adopted school, Thorogood Marshall.
A project being supported by a Detroit sports star, and the work being done will dramatically improve educational opportunities for all the students there. Our consumer investigator Hank Winchester takes us inside to show us and reveal this exciting new project. Hank?
This is not a storage room. This is the library and the media center here at our adopted school, Thorogood Marshall. It clearly needs a lot of help, and the makeover is now getting underway.
How could any student succeed in this space? The library and media center here at Thorogood Marshall Elementary and Middle School has definitely seen better days.
Reading is fundamental. And to have a room that is this large and dedicated to reading, it needs to be inviting.
But this room needs major TLC, and thankfully we have a team helping out. This effort is being led by Detroit Pistons star Reggie Jackson. His foundation works to promote literacy, and we partnered with him to create a new high-tech media lounge here at Thorogood. We needed additional financial support, and Bank of America stepped right in, making a generous contribution to get this project going.
Our funding strategy is creating economic mobility. That's for individuals, families, communities. At Bank of America, we like to say we are committed to improving the financial lives of our clients, customers, and our communities.
Susan Cole is the Vice President and Project Manager for the Bank of America Foundation.
That's why it's so important for Bank of America to support projects like this, to give kids the opportunity to discover their talents, their interests, and have a safe, welcoming place to go.
We're also getting big help from Adam Helfman and his team at Hire It Done. They're doing the heavy-duty work and helping me clean out this cluttered space. And a huge thank you to the team at 5 Star Painting out of Ortonville. This family-owned business working with Reggie's foundation. They have in the past, and they're volunteering their time, their crews, and the paint to give this entire room a clean, fresh look.
This is their media center and it has been neglected over the past few years, and I'm sure because of budget cuts or whatever, it's time to make this an inviting room.
When we reveal the completed project in just over a week, there will be hundreds of new books, new furniture, learning areas, and new technology to help these students thrive.
The fact that Reggie Jackson of the Pistons and Bank of America would offer to help my library grow once again and glow once again, it really excites me.
Once again, this is a team effort. A big thank you to the contractors and painters volunteering their time, to Bank of America, and to Reggie Jackson. This is a big project, and we will keep you updated as the transformation gets underway. I'm Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank.
Something to watch it all happen, Hank. Reggie Jackson is going to be on hand next Friday for the dedication of the new Media and Literacy Lounge at Thurgood Marshall.